Katie Hopkins is commentating on Tommy Robinson's influence in the UK and on Britain's comeback. Let's take a look at this clip.
I believe there will come a time not too far from now when the British people, true British people, will have to make very difficult choices.
I agree.
Either they will flee eastwards to Eastern Europe with our much more stronger Christian neighbours, Poland, Hungary, those countries, or they will seek asylum, flee, try to come to America, or they will stand their ground. But certainly the time of the Crusades will need to come again if we are to return.
What do you mean by that?
We are overrun in every way, in every sense. Demographically, all births, Muslim births outnumber births to every and all other religion. This is no commentary on anyone's religion. This is just pure fact. Our mayors who control funding in our capital cities are Muslim. Mosques are not churches. A mosque is being built at the outermost, tippy-most end of Scotland and at the furthermost reaches at the end of the other side of our tiny country. This is about a takeover. And of course, America understands, because you have Minneapolis, because you have Dearborn, Michigan, and I see it all the time. These blue centres where they absolutely load it up with multiple occupancy homes so that they take the power, surrounded by a deep red countryside. You know, Minnesota, I've spoken at rallies in the farmlands of Minnesota, the same model, and it is not by chance. And then the minute they get into power, there's change. Oh, let's change this. Let's take the prayer out. Let's have head dresses and headscarves. Let's change stuff. Keep pushing. So we will, in time, fall in some way, and we will have to fight to get freedoms back. And it's why you guys know so well it is much better to defend the freedoms that you know Americans are different to us, because you know your freedoms are God-given. They're in you.
Can you tell me about Tommy Robinson? Because nobody really knows here. Good guy, bad guy. What's his story? Can you help?
No, I would say always with Tommy, his heart, which is, I think, the thing that matters,
Yes,
is absolutely in the right place. And it was born in the right place. He was born in Luton, which is like, forgive me, Luton, the arse end of nowhere land. I come from the arse end of nowhere land as well, so we're all equal. And he just grew up with a regular guy, supporting football, going out with his friends, having a lovely time, and then he saw his town completely ruined by the new arrivals. He saw people no longer recognised each other. People didn't know who was living in their street. The streets became dirty, and then things started happening to our young white girls. And he was the first guy to call out the majority Pakistani Muslim rape gangs that are up and down our country.
I cannot believe that truth. I don't know how many Americans understand that that's true. That's happening. And your prime minister
won't.
I mean, it's
because power sits with the Muslim population, because it is the majority. And I know some of your viewers or listeners or my dissenters will go on and say, the Muslim population is 4%. That is not the reality, and it doesn't work in terms of geographical locations, and that's how democracy works. That's not the point. The point is the people who want power cannot speak of this terrible tragedy because they require the Muslim vote, which is why you're seeing the same sorts of things happen in America. If you need to play to the Muslim vote, you won't speak the truth about what happens with certain people inside of that population. And Tommy always did. And let's remember, I'm saying this sat here now, 5 years ago, I was threatened with arrest for saying that we have a Pakistani Muslim rape gang problem. Police were coming to my door.
Is this when they were trying to behead you?
That came shortly after.
Okay.
Yeah, but even to say that,
right.
even to state the truth, because when facts become hate speech, then truth is an arrestable offence. And that's precisely where we find ourselves. But Tommy, you know, sometimes maybe in his life it's a little chaotic. Maybe there's things that, you know, aren't my business to explain. His heart is in the right place, and he is the first guy to call out these rape gangs and be utterly eviscerated from his country because of it.
I knew I would enjoy conversation with you. I had no idea how much more I would admire you. You're a remarkable human being.
Don't be kind.
No.
Can I just ask you, as an American, one thing, and then we'll call it quit?
I don't understand King Charles. I mean, what is going to happen with... It's insane. He is so not good. I understand, you know, why his mom was like, oh, I got to live longer.
Yeah, she wasn't she?
I'll do
awesome.
She was awesome.
Her whole life, she's promised, whether it be long or short, I give my whole life to this country.
Right.
And boy, did she do that.
I loved her. Not so much with Charles. Are you going to make it to the next one?
No. He had an opportunity to be Winston Churchill and the King, you know, their relationship where they said, we're not leaving this capital city, we stay here, we fight, we win, we fight them on the beaches, we win.
Yeah.
The King could have said, this country needs its royal family. This country needs to stand for what we used to stand, centuries of tradition, right? I could write that King's speech for him in a moment, and it's what we needed. And he failed, and not only did he fail, he doubled down on the other side. He celebrates Ramadan and Eid. He invites people in for iftar at the whatever. I mean, whatever, but he's the opposite of what we needed. The royal family, because of that weakness, the royal family cannot and will not survive. William and Kate will be the last semblance of a royal family, but truly they are diluting what it meant to be royal. We liked them when they were aloof. We liked them when they were untouchable, and those two want to be your friend and your next door neighbour and the person in Starbucks. The royal family will not make it.
How long?
One more generation. William and Kate, that's it.
It's amazing to watch. Amazing to watch.
But we lived in the time of the Queen, and we knew royalty.
She was amazing.
This, what Katie Hopkins, and by the way, I don't write off everything that Katie Hopkins says, because I've seen, from what I can remember, some things she said about Israel or the Jews. I can't remember exactly what it was, per se, and I'm not trying to give her a bad rap just to give her a bad rap, but I remember seeing some stuff from her that was quite questionable as well. So I'm not writing off everything that she says, but what she talks about here is extremely accurate to what is actually going on. What seems to have happened in the United Kingdom, in Britain, is a betrayal of the country by the political and leading class. Your leaders in the UK have just, sorry to say it so gruesomely, have just kind of stabbed you in the back. They have just stabbed you in the back. They have just come for you and stabbed you in the back. They have taken away what it meant to be British. They've taken away what it meant to be a patriot. They've taken away what it meant to be part of the history of England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Wales. And they want to throw it in the rubbish bin to replace it seemingly with a leftist, Islamist, apologist ideology. God knows why. It seems to be that there's money involved here in making that happen. I wish that we could find the actual rabbit hole of where it leads and why it goes there, but only God knows, folks. But you need to fight for your nation.